We keep it real.
We keep it raw.
We keep it uncut.
All day.
We are
Marriage Takeover.
Yeah, it's on and popping tonight. Check in, check in. Where you come? Where you watching from? Sweet, people coming in now.
Checking in from Massachusetts.
Oh, Massachusetts in the house. What? Yeah. Check in, check in. It's a doozy tonight, Slim. Oh, the queen is in the building. Hey, hey.
Someone say even the cabinets are jamming.
Yo, we's rocking.
Two people say hey.
Hey, hey now. Welcome, welcome. Check in. Where you checking in from? Represent, represent.
Yo, what's up, people? Chicago representing.
Shot town in the his house. Oh yeah.
Texas.
Oh, where you at in Texas? Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, where you at?
Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, Detroit,
Philly.
Philly.
Maryland.
Oh, DMV, represent.
Dallas.
Oh, Dallas in the house. Leave your stars at the door.
Corpus Christi, Texas.
Oh, I forgot what they call it. Texas in the building.
Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo, New York in here. Go Orangemen. Y'all gonna lose to Clemson. Wait a minute, that's Syracuse. My bad. My bad. That's Syracuse. My bad. Buffalo. Hey, that wing spot right by the bridge is good.
Austin, Texas.
Austin in the building.
Florida.
Uh-oh, where you at in Florida? Represent. You Duval, Leon, Swanee, Dade, where you at?
Person who checked in from Chicago said, let's be honest, you guys are good cooks. Chef level, you feel me? Y'all know Chi-Town got the best food.
Hey, I tell you what, when we come through, don't act like you don't know us, because we're gonna bring it down in the building, you hear me?
Missouri.
Oh, Missouri in the building. Where at? St. Louis, Pluto, where at?
Fort Walton Beach, Florida.
Fort Walton in the building. Okay, 2 hours from Tallahassee, I got you.
So what's that? Hello.
Hey, hey.
What up? What up? Check in. Woo!
Russellville, Kentucky in the house.
Kentucky in the building. Kentucky in the building. Hey, listen, I'm telling you, man, we got a hot one for you tonight. I'm gonna tell you, it was so funny because we put out we put out. We wanted to see what y'all wanted to talk about, and I guess everybody is ready to get down. Is that Tennessee in the building?
Clarksville, Tennessee.
Tennessee came walking through. Okay.
Right in the midnight hour.
Hey, do not be alarmed. This is juice. That is soda. Is that all right? All right.
Why is you feeling like you got to explain?
So, listen. Tonight, what's on the menu for tonight?
Tonight.
Sing it, baby. Sing it to us.
We have lamb chops.
Lamb chops.
We have rice.
Rice.
And we have broccoli.
And broccoli. Lamb chops, rice, broccoli, Slim. Oh my goodness. So real quick, what y'all cooking? What y'all got on the stove? Huh. Woo. Oh, I need that right there. How they say it? What you got on the burner? Woo! All righty. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, I'm excited about tonight because I feel we're gonna get some breakthrough tonight. How y'all feel about that?
Oh, before we get started.
Oh yeah, we gotta put a disclaimer tonight.
Tonight's conversation may be inappropriate for children 14 and under.
For younger viewers.
So if you are listening,
with
the exception of my daughter, our daughter, because she got to moderate.
we had to let our personnel understand what tonight is going to be about. So we got a comment.
Hey, sir, I'll take that kitchen and those lights, sir, please and thank you.
Hey, I got you covered, Slim. I got you covered.
Someone said you still have her cooking.
Hey, listen, I broke my toe.
And y'all, he won't stay off of it.
Listen.
He will not stay off of that darn toe.
Let us pray. Because you want me to stay off of it. I am staying off it, but tell her to stop calling me.
I'm not calling y'all. Yesterday, he was out in the yard.
What we cooking? Ain't nobody putting that on yet.
He was out in the yard with the weed whacker cutting the grass.
Hey, listen.
What you doing?
She kept saying, I need this stuff cut down for the dog. That can't just be cut down. Well, she wasn't going to grab the weed whacker. It was sitting right there.
Show me how to use it and I will cut it. I even volunteered to cut the grass yesterday, y'all.
Listen. See, you got to come back. You got to be following us to understand that's like a joke right there. Because I know everybody else laughing.
They all laughing. Laughing real hard.
Hey, what you got?
Someone said nice kitchen. Someone responded homemade mini pizza. And someone else said stewed chicken and cabbage.
Okay. Stewed chicken and cabbage. Hey, I feel that mini pizza though.
And someone asked where you guys are located.
We're in the DMV. Maryland, DC, and Virginia. But we're in Maryland.
We located in all three of them.
We're in the DMV. Hey, wait, DMV, let them know where we at. We in Maryland, baby. We in Maryland. Hey, am I shouting? Forgive me. Hey, but hey, for real though, for what's for dinner is lamb chops, rice, and broccoli.
I said it. I didn't say it.
No, you said it. But listen, tonight we getting into it tonight. So just a disclaimer. All the youngins.
Just in case you have this going on while you cooking dinner or eating dinner.
We getting in it.
We don't want y'all to be like, that dog on Bears Takeover. Listen.
Like now we're gonna have a sex education with the kids.
Here's our disclaimer now.
Yeah, there it is. Comments.
Someone said seafood boil.
Ooh, that's good. Where you at? You in Maryland. You gotta be in.
Are you in Maryland with that seafood boil?
You in Maryland or Florida with that seafood boil?
Hey, are you? Because we might just come knock by.
Right. That sounds good.
Hey, y'all know it's serious. We don't pull out our notes.
I gotta stay on topic tonight.
Hey, because we might veer off.
Oh man,
hey,
well, they said they're in Florida.
See,
where in Florida? Where you at? Duval, Dade, Leon, Swanee. I mean, where you at? Hillsborough, where you at?
I knew it was Florida or Maryland. All right, y'all. We talking about.
Hey, what's the topic tonight, honey?
Let's talk about sex, baby.
No, what is the topic tonight? That's not the topic.
The topic is, but that's the song. Hold on, let me finish my song.
Oh, you had a whole preparation set up. My bad. I interrupted. Go ahead. Please continue.
Jeez, y'all, he extra. I don't even want to do it no no more.
I got you. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things
All the bad things
that may be. Let's talk about sex.
Shout out to the Salt and Pepper. I grew up.
Let's talk about sex.
I
Woo!
grew up watching them and listening to them. So tonight is.
Hey, wait a minute.
You,
Wait, before you say that, do y'all want to talk about sex?
that's what they put in the group.
We about to talk about it anyway. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so we asked our group. We asked our group, and shout out to my man, Mr. Griffin. We gonna be talking about sex on today. So it's how to handle a sexless marriage, right? And so in that, we're gonna talk about all different kinds of things with the topics around sex. Now that's not what he asked. I ain't trying to put him in. That is not what he asked.
That was just the best topic.
He just said topic is sex.
Because we come to understand that in our line of work, we have noticed there has been a dry spell in the bedroom. So we want to make sure we can, I got to watch my words because I do have my moderator in here. Somebody put eyeballs on that joke. But I want to make sure.
But let's start with that, right? God created it. Now I'm gonna try not to say it too many times because I don't know if they're gonna censor us, y'all, or if they're gonna cut us. I don't know what they're gonna do. But if you're with us, you're with us. So let's talk about that. God created it, right? So when God created, and everything that He creates is good. So let's start there.
Hey,
God created it.
Right. But He created it. He created it for marriage.
Right.
So,
but why is it such a hard topic to talk about or to discuss when we know that God has already created it?
Because when we get to dealing with this flesh, and that's the one thing. Because come on now, you can't pay attention because I can't get my notes to come up.
I know, me neither. Look at that.
I might be honest. I'm there now. Praise Him. I'm ready. Somebody say, Brother Thompson is prepared. Your boy, E. Rocknell is prepared.
You got scripture for the.
I only got one. I'm only coming from one scripture tonight. I'm only coming from one scripture tonight.
What scripture is
I might come from two, but one. So when we're looking at marriage and we're talking about sex, right? So understand one thing about it, because a lot of people kind of think that sex is just all about intimacy. When you look at it, though, sex is more than just intimacy. I mean, yeah, sex is more than just intimacy. If you ask me, sex is the reward of intimacy. Because when you sit back and look at it, right?
I don't think we think that.
Huh?
I think people think that sex and intimacy are different.
So, but that's what I'm saying.
Or are the same?
I'm asking you a question. Who thinks that? But it is a level. But who thinks that intimacy is sex? And who thinks that intimacy have a lot more levels to it? Oh, if you think intimacy is just sex, give me a 1. If you think intimacy is more than sex, give me a 2. Talk to us. I'm gonna sip on my wine.
Someone asked, is this alive for married couples?
It is.
It is alive for married couples, but.
So if this is your first time tuning in, we are Marriage Takeover. I'm Tamika.
I see y'all too. Oh, we ain't doing no introduction.
I know, we do an introduction.
Hey, we're gonna rewind real quick. We finna do our introduction. Here we go.
I'm Tamika.
I'm your boy, E. Rocknell, aka Chef E. Rocknell, aka your boy on IR this week.
Listen, we keep it real.
We keep it raw.
We keep it uncapped.
All day.
And we are
Marriage Takeover.
We help couples win in their marriage by identifying their triggers and breaking generational cycles.
Boom.
So, yes, this is alive for married couples. So if this is your first time, thank you for joining us and thank you for tuning in. If you've been riding us for a couple of weeks now, for some time, thank you for tuning in and riding with us a little bit longer.
Right.
We appreciate you guys.
Hey, so if this is your first time, give us a 10. Give us a 10 in the chat. Give us a 10 in the chat. And so, because remember, I gotta have the ones who think that's sex. I don't want to mix it up. So
we got the 1s and the 2s.
Yeah, we got the 1s and the 2s. All right, here we go. So now, welcome to our first time guest.
I know.
If we can throw hearts on there, we're gonna throw them in there. Moderator, we can throw some hearts in there. So
I think she gotta pay for the heart.
okay, it's cool. We all right. Hey, you got us right here.
Yeah,
Boom.
you can put them in there. There you go.
There you go. There's moderator on it.
All right.
So now let's get to it. And so this is the thing, right?
Yes.
Comments before we dig into it.
So first you got a couple of 10s, and you also got a whole bunch of 2s.
Awesome.
Okay, sweet.
Awesome. So I'm now that's good because now we get to cut a whole lot of stuff out. So now we understand, right, that sex is more than it's not the only means of intimacy. But when you look at intimacy has a whole lot of levels, but just for today, we're gonna deal with the sex factor because we come to understand is that the sex takes on a whole different type of meaning when it comes down to marriage. Oh my goodness, I feel like we're going deep real now. So
yeah, so it does. But and before we get too deep into it, I do want to make sure that we mention that we do have a Deepen Your Intimacy ebook on our website. So if you want to go to the website, grab that, and that'll bless you as well.
Oh yeah.
So as we're talking about tonight, it's different levels of intimacy. Number one,
right.
and I like to say, like, there's a saying out there, right? And people like to joke around about, you get married, you're gonna be in prison. You being married, you ain't gonna have no more sex. So it's like it's a going thing now. So if you never want to have sex again, get married, right? That's like that's a lot of because things take place, things happen, right? And so that's like a big joke when you go to get married and do certain things. But on average, couples, and I guess this is the average of the year, which I thought was really low.
Average.
It's couples have sex 58 times out of the year.
What?
And that was really low for me just because, and that's like a national average. Right?
Oh,
average is
wait a minute.
like,
So y'all know we keep it raw. So that's all I'm saying. So however your mind just took my response, it's fine. Just go let it go. Go ahead. Go ahead. I need something.
That's like a national average. So if you are on a sexless marriage, then that means that it's 8 times or less that you're having sex throughout the year.
So on average, you're having sex on an average of 1.1 times a week, right? On average. So, and if a sexless marriage is actually 8 times less than that. So let's just say it may not be the best. Well, when you sit back and look at it though, there are a lot of key elements that take place when you begin to talk about sex.
Right,
so,
right.
Listen, y'all can laugh at me all you want. So I was diagnosed with high blood pressure. I wasn't taking care of myself one time, right?
You about to say that alive?
Huh? I'm about to put my. Hey, we can. No, I'm not. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it. Hey, tell you what. If you really want to know, when we really take a deep dive into sex, follow us and join our Facebook group community.
Baby,
She's like, hey, we give it wrong. We give it wrong. Look at someone like we praying for you. We're praying right now. So, but not because this is a funny topic because sometimes it is literally taboo even when it comes down to certain arenas.
Let me ask this question: do we have any ministers or pastors online watching right now?
We won't say that. Do we have any churchgoers?
Well, no,
that's watching.
Because here's the thing that I just have a question because I really want to know. Oftentimes churches don't talk about sex, right? They don't talk about sex in the marriage. They don't. That's just it's like a taboo conversation. Like on average. So my question was going to be, why don't we talk about sex more in church?
Listen, because I'm trying to tell you, the church we go to, they hanging from the chandeliers in their marriage, in their marriages. So
why don't we talk about that more inside of the church so that we can understand why this is hindering so many marriages?
Because let's look at it.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you a quick question. Since you went that way.
Yeah.
How many? Whoa, there seems to be a lot of comments coming in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got to put out another disclaimer. If we do not get to your comment, please forgive us. Yeah. Do not be offended. But we're
going to try to get to them all, y'all.
We really are. So we're going to take a pause and we're going to hear comments, and questions.
Okay. Someone asked, are you to a church group?
We're a marriage takeover. No, we're not a church group, but marriage takeover. We do
It's biblically and faith-based.
It is biblically and faith-based. Thank you, baby. I've had my tongue tied.
And someone had asked you a couple comments ago, are you guys marriage motivators?
We can. I think we are.
Yeah, we are, but we help
motivate people not to go to divorce inside of their marriage.
Because understanding that you too can overcome.
Yeah.
Because we've been there. That's why we keep it raw and real.
Yeah. So yes.
And some people in the comments have said that their pastors have talked about sex.
Oh, good.
Awesome. Good.
Okay.
All right, good. So we're grateful for that one.
Okay, good.
You're in the small percentage. So we're gonna be honest with you.
No, that's good.
But that's good.
There are a lot of pastors that don't.
That really don't. But we're gonna dive into it tonight. So now, question for you.
Yes.
Give me a 1 for no. No, give me a 1 for yes.
I thought you was about to think of
No,
something.
I am. Give me a 1 for yes and give me a 2 for no. All right. So the question is, do you think your marriage can survive with no sex? I'm gonna give you time to type that in. Give me a 1 for no and a 2 for. Oh, wait a minute. What did I say? Is that what I said?
You don't even
I forgot. What I say? Give me a 1 for.
I don't know.
Is it a 1 for no or 2 for yes?
I don't know, honey.
Okay, just type yes. I forgot what I said.
What'd you say?
So okay, all right. Oh, we got comments, boo. Go ahead. What you got?
A lot of people said no. Some said yes. There were a lot of twos.
Okay.
There were some ones.
Okay.
Someone said depends on the couple.
Exactly.
Right.
Someone asked, have you ever had to work past infidelity? Is that truly possible in marriages?
Yeah.
Yep.
Question.
I had to talk about working past
infidelity.
Oh yeah.
And you can make it.
Right.
Now it's going to require an extra level of
what? Because we gonna with that one, because we really take that one real deep. So I'm gonna be so honest with you and tell you.
But I do want to answer it. Yes, it is possible. It's a choice that you make each and every day.
It's a choice.
And some people are unwilling to make the choice every day, where others are. So is it possible? Absolutely.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
Yes, it is. It is.
Does it hurt like hell? Yes, it does.
It do hurt. Yeah, it does. It does.
But it is possible, and you have to go through that process of forgiveness. And since we're talking about forgiveness, we just released a podcast. What was it, last week?
Monday.
This past Monday. That will bless you as you're starting your forgiveness journey.
So if you're dealing with forgiveness, check out that podcast.
Yeah.
Check out that podcast. Even if you got to fight through infidelity, really check out that podcast.
Yeah.
It's Marriage Takeover, and whatever platform you got. So wherever your podcast is located. So now check it out though. So you answer the question, and the person that said it depends on the couple. That is absolutely right. It depends on the couple, because I'm gonna be honest with you. When you talking about your national average being 58%,
58.
58?
Not 58%, 58.
Oh, 58. 58 times in a year, right? So we thought it was a little low. But then now my question is, why is it that low when it comes down to the bedroom? Because a lot of times that we fail to understand is that we have to deal with the hurt. We have to deal with my husband or my wife don't have a high sex drive. We have to deal with, cause is it okay?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say it's a couple of things. Like it could be sexual trauma.
Yeah.
Sexual
ahead.
trauma, whether it's from childhood, whether it's from college, any point inside of your life, if you have sexual trauma, it will often show up inside of your marriage once you are married. And so
it's really gonna show up.
It can come from you being tired and overwhelmed. Sometimes your girl just be tired.
Listen.
I'm like, can I just get a minute to myself?
Get it to yourself and we gonna get at it. You hear me? How you say? We gonna shake the bed. We gonna shake the bed.
So, I just get a minute.
And so it comes down to that, right? But then when you begin to look at marriage, you're literally taking on the exercise. One of the exercises that God says, be fruitful and multiply. So when you're talking about that love thing, and when you're talking about sex, because oh my God, so many scriptures just hit me just then. And so when you're talking about sex, it's like, you know what? Hey, this is what we do, right? But I want to ask you, how many of y'all are still dating? How many of y'all are still taking that time to court each other? Even if you have busy lives, do you set time aside for intimacy? Because understand it, sex don't start when we go into bed. No, sex starts the moment we wake up. Oh shit, come on here. Oh, come here.
Not sex, that's intimacy, honey.
I'm sorry, intimacy. Y'all know what I meant. Intimacy.
And then sometimes it could be a medical challenge too.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be a medical reason why, you know, you don't have that your marriage is sexless. And then maybe sometimes it's just not good. Like he get off the train before you get off the train. Before you even get on the train. If you understand what I'm saying.
Meaning they already done and you still trying to get crook.
Right.
That's what basically.
So think about like those are just a couple of reasons, but I know like y'all can drop some of the other reasons inside of the chat.
Hey, and tell them what you think some reasons are.
Yeah.
Put them in the chat. Now just try your best to keep it PG-13, if you will. Any comments?
Yeah, at least PG-13. Because we got our daughter moderated. Now we do talk to our children about
we do talk about sex
and sex education and what it's like. Just because I believe that it's important to teach them in home rather than them learning in school or in the street.
Yeah.
So she already knows she can come to us and ask us anything.
About
anything.
So if you put something in there, she's gonna be asking, what did they mean by that? No mind. I'm gonna let her know what it is.
She can ask us anything about anything, and we will let her. We will explain it.
Someone said menopause, lack of attraction, medication, health, mental or physical.
Yes.
Not into it. Medical reasons, medications, etc. Like high blood pressure, for example.
Yeah.
Yes.
Too many things on your plate, like juggling so many things.
Yeah, got you.
Your girl be tired.
Bad communication.
You can't be tired all the time. Right. Bad communication.
Weight gain.
Yes.
Yep.
ED.
Yeah.
Yes.
She gonna ask me what that is.
Yes.
It's a dysfunction. I would say that.
Yes. And you're right, because all of those things are a reality.
But
right?
So now let's look at it. So now when we're talking about the health, right? So when we're talking about the health, it's like, how can I put it? I took biology and I failed the class.
You
but
failed biology?
Girl, heck yeah, in college. Remember,
really?
My biology teacher was only teaching those. The majority of the class was biology majors. I'm the only accounting major in the class. I was trying to get out of that stuff, but he was like, "You'll be fine." Anyway, I failed all of them. He gave me a D just to pass because my F was way low. But the only test I passed was the mitosis and meiosis, because that talks about what you call it, the reproductive system in organisms.
Okay.
It's mitosis too that talks about reproductive.
Okay, whatever that is in biology. My daughter
she already educated us.
So, but what happened? So the thing is that as long as we are healthy, we will still be able to function in that sexual role, if that makes sense. It doesn't mean just because you picked up weight that you're not healthy. Because one of the pastors at the church I go to, you can say that he's overweight, but he's healthy as an ox. He about to well, he's not, because they already know that. And so what I'm saying is, but he's healthier than an ox. So when you're looking at, I'm just breaking it down. So when you're looking at that health, so of course, health is very important. So my thing is, I would just say, get to the best that you can, right? So that you can do whatever. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
But sometimes, like, I know for me, right, I've gained a lot of weight since we've been married.
You gained weight, baby.
So it used to go from me doing my Beyonce runs, and now my booty just drag in the sand.
Hey, I'm like sitting back, baby, I love the way your butt just drag in the sand.
But I've gained a lot of weight, and sometimes when you gain a lot of weight, it's mental.
Gravity.
Because now your self-esteem is you look at things a certain way. You look at things a different way, because now it's like you are looking at your own body in shame. And when you have a shame over your own body, you can't possibly share it intimately with somebody else.
Ooh, that's good, mama. That is good.
There was another question and comment. I'm sorry, baby. I saw you, but I had to get that thought out.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Someone had joined late and they had asked, the topic of what you guys are talking about.
We're talking about sex. We are talking about sex.
Yes.
So now, and that's the one thing. And so look at this. Just based on what she said, it was so funny because 3 or 4 months ago, we was talking about this, or how when we have guilt, shame, how that can begin to hinder us. And I was like, it was an exercise. You and your husband, y'all stand butt naked in front of one another and say, baby, this is me. It doesn't even matter, because you should not feel ashamed of how you look and feel. That's nothing but a trick of the enemy,
right.
so that you will be hindered from getting to who you truly are. And so, because the moment you get to who you truly are and walk in your, and knowing your self-worth, baby, you can't be stopped, brother. You cannot be stopped. And so there's nothing that can stand in your way when you walk in your authentic self.
Yes.
And so that's being able to hug everything that you are and don't have no problem with your husband. Hey, baby, this is it right here. Now, let's hang from the chandeliers.
Yes. Questions, comments?
Someone had said that their husband didn't ask for any after they were pregnant, and now they're scared to ask if there's something wrong. And I guess they're asking for advice or why that could be.
How did you feel after you witnessing? So Eric, I'm not sure when the baby was born or if he witnessed it or not.
I witnessed
but
it.
He witnessed it.
Lord, to see this, go to this, and then come back. Listen, I gave you your 6 weeks, but to see the child head come out of there, I was intimidated. Listen, I don't see no man when they joint this big. If they are, listen.
Wait a minute.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me paint the picture. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, everybody takes sex education.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, to see the baby head come out, and then you expect that thing to go back down. Listen, I was concerned. So the first time she was like, come on, baby, let's do it. Because I didn't ask for it. I did not ask for it. You know how you supposed to give 6 weeks before, you know what I'm saying? No, I was intimidated. Because I'm like, yo, are you going to feel me when I come in there? It's just, it was like, I ain't gonna lie, I was intimidated. I was like, do I need to put on some reinforcements so you can feel me going in there?
I don't know what y'all said in the comments, but it's got our heart rate correct.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm sorry. I know I'm laughing about it, but I'm remembering my mindset during that time frame. But the thing is, it's like, no. So what? Because honestly, she came to me. It was like, baby, let's get it. I was like, are you sure? So let's just say that first time I was concerned. I'm sitting there working it. I'm sorry.
Is it safe to say that it don't demonstrate it?
Demonstrate with my broke foot.
Don't demonstrate
Okay.
it.
So I'm sitting in this.
Is it safe to say?
Hey, I'm sorry.
Is it safe to say that you were
I was intimidated.
Okay.
But you got to. But why
was it intimate? Was it not so much as? Did you feel like you had lost your manhood after seeing it?
No, not lost my manhood. It's like, how am I gonna come behind that, right? I was like, did you see what just came out of there, right? Because it's like, And granted, for me, that's what it was. But what I would honestly say, no, you gotta have that moment, sit down with your husband, say, baby, because what he might be dealing with might not be the same as what I dealt with. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing that I've come to understand that every woman's pregnancy is like almost different. Right. Like with her, she was sick the entire time. Yeah. She went from being like, I remember these numbers, being from like 142. By the time she gave birth, she was at 119. Yeah. So
I lost 20. Well,
no,
like 27 pounds the first time around. Second time, I lost 22 pounds. So with her, she kept losing weight. I was concerned, but again, for me, it was because of the visual. Is what I couldn't
why I couldn't come, that had me traumatized.
And so, well, I know we're laughing. The reality is, because I don't want you to feel like we're laughing because of that situation. It was funny to hear him say that. But just like Eric said, make sure that you're having the conversation.
You gotta have the conversation.
Because there could be a number of different things going through his head. Maybe he doesn't want to hurt you. Maybe there are so many different things. And what the enemy will allow us to do is if we sit and we formulate what we think and
right.
what we assume, then what it's gonna do is, like, everybody know what when we assume, it does what? It makes
a butt out of us.
An anus out of
you and me. Right.
So instead of assuming, have the conversation and say, hey babes, I'm just a little concerned because I noticed that after we had the baby, you didn't really want to have, relations anymore. And it's concerning me, and I just want to make sure that we're still good. Is there any way any reason kind of why? I'm here to support you, I'm here to do that, but it just makes me feel like I'm not being able to, however it makes you feel, whether that you're not being able to satisfy him now or whatever that is, and just say, I just want to make sure that we're both on the same page.
And that's the main thing. You got to be able to communicate.
Yeah.
That is that one thing. And then, come on, ladies, y'all know how to do it, right? And fellas, we know how to work it too. We kind of set it up, set that mold, but have that conversation first. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, nah, baby, I didn't know if I was gonna hurt you or not. Or because especially if it's your first child, it's like, listen, I was concerned and nervous almost all the time.
And too,
we found new positions because I was nervous and scared. So I'm just saying, go ahead. Any comments? I need a breather. Y'all are funny.
Oh, they said that they have 5 kids and they've never had this problem before.
It could be that, and I just had this thought, it could be that after you have a baby, you're fertile. It could be that he doesn't want to have any more kids. So just make sure that you have the conversation, because especially if it's never happened before, you want to make sure that you have the conversation so that you're not sitting with your thoughts.
Right.
And playing an Emmy award-winning movie inside of your own mind, inside of your own mental state, and inside of your brain, where it's the furthest thing away from what he was thinking.
Right.
So just make sure that you have the conversation.
Right. Comment?
Yes.
So let's say I've been married for 17 years. What concerns me is our kids here, and daughter is 10 and son is 19 years.
Hey, listen, mine is 22 and my moderator is 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen. Okay, brother. That's all I can tell you right there. There we go.
But I will say, though, because we did know that we didn't want any more kids, so Eric did go and get a vasectomy.
Wait a minute. Why you put my business in the street?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So, yeah.
Did you not want to say it?
So we asked, we was like, listen, do you want any more of this? And she was like, nah. So basically, literally, I don't think she was home good before I went and had a vasectomy.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't trying to take those chances anymore. Yeah. So because my boys ran. They ran. So I went from 100% down to 1%. And I'm still nervous with that 1% because I had soldiers. I never struck out.
If I get pregnant today, we're going to have some problems.
Hey, listen, you better.
I'm going to go sit in the doctor's office and say, I need my money back plus some.
Hey, this is a joke. This is a joke. Hey, we're going to get a DNA test.
You know what? I hate what you do.
Excuse me. I put a disclaimer out there. And so, but understand this though, like for real. Please know, because a lot of times, like with those traumas, say if you wasn't a virgin before you got married, then you run into a whole comparison thing.
Right.
Now that can begin to run interference. Yes. So when you sit back and look at it, because a lot of times we don't want to have that conversation of saying, hey, what do you like? How you like it? Do you like it on this? Do you? I ain't gonna get graphic. Understand? You already know, right? So
I had to let bro man know I ain't doing no flips and tricks.
Listen, girl, you gonna hang from the chandeliers. Hey, what's that song? What's that song? The chandelier song.
I'm gonna
see, this is a thing, man, because sometimes we look at sex as it's just always one of these little moments. Nah, it's that time where you actually be like, no, that's that moment that you share with your spouse. And understand, it's all about the pleasure. Right. It's not necessary. Do it always have to be intercourse?
No, it is not. And oftentimes it's not a whole lot of penetration, right? So when you truly think about the intimacy, right? Now, let me double back because I do want to get to the scripture reference because we still get to that. So God created sex, and the whole purpose of having sex is to be able to bring God glory by celebrating your oneness.
That's it.
That is the entire purpose of sex, and then to be able to multiply.
Right.
Right? So when he said that it's for the oneness before God in marriage, and then for pleasure. Proverbs 5:18. I don't have my Bible's on my phone.
I got you. Proverbs 5:18. Let me get there. Proverbs 5:18. Let me get there real quick.
So he created it for pleasure. And then he also created it for procreation.
Right. Proverbs 5:18. Baby, yes. It was just one I was trying to dig into today, but go ahead, bro. You got it.
Because I want to make sure that we all understand that it's not just
Proverbs 5:18. It says, "Let thy fountain be blessed and rejoice with the wife of thy youth."
And then 19.
Oh, let her be as the loving hen and pleasant. High and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always.
Come on, baby.
Sorry. Always with her love.
Right. So it was for pleasure. So when you look upon your spouse, to make sure that you are looking upon your spouse in pleasure, that you're feeling upon them with pleasure, that you're being able to be one with them physically, intimately, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, all of that.
That whole nine.
And then also too, to know that it's not just about penetration.
Right. So listen and understand this, because when you look at Hebrews 13:4, it says that the bedroom is undefiled, meaning what? It's uncontaminated. So if the bedroom for marriage is undefiled, meaning it's uncontaminated, meaning what? What you and your spouse agree on doing in there, it's on you.
Agree.
Did you hear that?
You and your spouse agree. You and your spouse agree.
So
if one is they doing something all crazy outside, I ain't with it.
You gotta agree.
Y'all have to come together. But the power of agreement to be able to agree on what it is you all be able to do together.
Right. Whether you like 6 to 9, whether you like just the 1 9, or maybe you might like the 6.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Questions, comments.
You guys are from Proverbs 8.
Proverbs 5:18.
Proverbs 5.
Proverbs 5.
Verse 18 and 19. And then also Hebrews 13:4.
And people have asked if marriage actually can survive without sex.
Somebody did the $1 million response earlier. It really depends on the couple.
It depends, but so when you sit back and look at it, it depends. It really depends on the couple, because you can to where sex doesn't, intercourse. Let me say that, to where intercourse does not matter. So it really depends. So if you ask us, yes, it can survive. Now, if you say, could our marriage survive? I'm gonna be 100 with you. Woo! Something would literally have to happen, because it has been. Be honest, because for me, I'm hyper. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm hyper.
He definitely is.
I'm hyper
on the high side.
So, like with her, it might be a little different. I guess I'll say. I don't know. I can't speak for you.
It's a little different.
What I'm saying is that for me, I know I'll be praying every day, because it's not all about sex when it comes down to us. It's not all about sex, because we've come to understand that there's more ways that you can find pleasure. Because understand the intercourse is all about pleasure.
Right.
It's all about pleasure.
And you can do so many other different things around sex and the sexual cycle without being able to penetrate.
Right.
Right. There are what is the area that arouses your spouse the most on their body?
That's it.
Right. Touch and feel that. Explore that area. What are some of the different areas that you can And I'm trying to keep it PG-13, y'all.
Well, just say it. Keep it.
No.
Well, keep it raw. It's all
There
right. She's gonna ask us anyway.
There are.
Listen, you can use your hands. You can anyway. Let your mind take it that way.
You can literally use your entire being of your body to be able to have pleasure without penetration.
Right. And understand, like,
area of your body.
and so that's what I'm saying because
it's sensual.
right.
Right? And it's sensual and it's emotional. So what is that emotional area where you all can tap into? I'm saying that a y'all.
What is that emotional area? You look at that. It's like, oh, what turns you on? What is that area that brings you pleasure? That's the thing. And because listen, you know, it's like and how you put it, and when it comes down to the oneness, that's the key. It comes down to the oneness and being able to agree. So just like when you look at infidelity, like if infidelity has taken place, of course things are shut down because what? I'm hurt, I'm broken. You've taken what's supposed to be ours and given it to someone else.
Right.
So now it's like, can I come to that place of forgiveness and being able to walk? And please understand, it is a process.
Yeah.
And so that's where you have to literally begin and ask God for that strength to forgive. You know, and so it's like what you all have agreed on, it's like, you know what? I love you, but what you did, it really hurt me.
Right.
And literally have that conversation. Now, if you need help dealing with that, please book a session with us, marriagetakeover.com, and book a session which we can show enough coach you through it. Yeah. And so understand, because we come to recognize that when you experience that oneness, oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then there are some benefits of sex.
It's talk about the benefits.
The sex, it lowers blood pressure.
Yes.
It gives you a better immune system.
Yes, it does.
It helps you to fight off diseases. It also helps you to burn calories because it's considered like an exercise.
It's a workout, Slim. If you hang it from the chandelier.
It also decreases decreases the risk of depression, right? And then it helps, again, fight off infections. And then it helps you to sleep better.
Yeah.
Y'all ever had some real good stuff? Or not even that, but had a really good orgasm and it puts you to sleep.
Listen.
And then it clears up your skin. It's good for collagen.
It clears the skin.
Collagen is good. And then it also boosts your metabolism. I need you to calm down. And then it relieves headaches.
Hey, listen.
That was a benefit I didn't realize. It relieves the headaches. And
So
then it also improves blood circulation.
So hold on. So now you know, ladies, you cannot use that. Oh, I got a headache. Well, I got a pill that you need to take. And it ain't that pill.
I was trying to hurry up and pass that one.
It is not. Hey, but no, you have some fellas be like, baby, I got a headache. No. Tell them, no, baby, I got something better than the Advil. You feel me?
Right.
So, but there is benefits. And you're right. Those are healthy benefits. So, baby,
it's more than just penetration. And I don't believe that you just having sex inside of your marriage makes you happy. Because it's not the only thing that makes you happy. Because think about it.
You know how you said it. I went left.
Think about it. You could be having sex and still in a miserable marriage.
Right. But that's the one thing. Because, like, it's like, so, like, if your husband is not treating you right, when I say treating you right, talking to you with grace, seasoned with salt, or vice versa, but they ready to jump in the bed, they ready to shake the bed. Of course not. You just, okay. So, of course, it's not going to bring happiness.
Right.
So, thank you. It's not going to bring fulfillment.
Right.
And so, the thing is, it's like, nah. So, we got to understand is that when you begin to be intentional with being intimate with your spouse, because sex becomes a reward of the intimacy. So, you're talking about, I'm getting to know my wife on an intellectual level. On an emotional level. Yeah. And understand that getting into that is like, yo, because I'm gonna tell you this, all y'all married folks, try this. I want you to try to get your orgasm to come together at the same time. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's heavenly.
Ooh, that have everybody singing. So listen, we have to stuff both our mouths so we don't wake up the kids.
say you gonna need a cigarette or a drink after that.
You better take your wine with you, Slim, because woo, that is something. You talking about magical? Slim, you done been to Disneyland, saw all the lights, went to the beach, whatever you like. That's what it said. Try it. Try it.
But can it survive and can you handle it? Yes.
Yes, you can.
It depends on the couple. It absolutely depends on the couple.
Yeah.
And you both have to make that decision.
You have to, because it's very important. Okay, good. So it's very important. Okay, cool. So it's very important. If you're saying that you got a whole lot of hustle and bustle going on, guess what? Make time to be intimate with each other. Because with all that hustle and bustle going on, you're going to lose sight.
Right.
And see, the very important thing, because a lot of times...
And husbands, help your wives, right? We carry a lot of stuff,
and wives, help your husband.
No, wait a second. Let me sit here for just a second.
Sit there, boo.
We handle a lot of stuff from the time of making sure that we're managing the household, taking care of the kids, making sure that things are run properly, making sure that that everything is set up. And so when you go out the door, you looking the part and making sure that you are set up right. And then we still got to make sure that we're taking care of us. And oftentimes we take care of ourselves last.
Ooh.
So husbands,
man,
step up, do something.
See,
and I'm not gonna say that you're not doing anything. So please, no. I'm not coming.
Hold on,
y'all.
Don't be honest with you, fellas.
But
if
hold a second.
Finish.
If there is something that you can take the load off, or you can pick up for your wife, do that. That will give her a little bit more free space. And when you come rubbing and doing what you do to try to get you some, it ain't gonna be so hard because she'll be okay and not so tired and worn out.
Yeah, and listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, fellas. The one thing that I did, especially when she was home dealing with the kids the whole nine, when I came to work, I was like, hey, no, boo, I got everything. You go. Even though I had a hard day at work, hey, no, you go, have fun, call your homegirls up, see if y'all go to happy hour, whatever, because it was like, no, let's change your scenery real quick.
Yeah, he did.
The next thing I know, when she came home, I mean, she threw me against the wall, like, what is wrong with you? I was praying for one of the babies to start crying.
But
it didn't happen, but it felt good. But all I'm saying, because it takes a load off.
Yes.
And you gotta remember, it doesn't matter. You're still a team.
Right. It's okay for y'all to get some of them emails from the school and the phone calls from the school. It's all right for y'all to make the phone calls and schedule the doctor's appointments. It's okay.
It's because the thing is, it was because I saw that she was tired. Yeah. I saw that she was. I said, you know what? Let me help. She didn't ask me. We didn't talk about nothing like that. It's just I saw it. But you might have to have that conversation, baby. I know you have a hard day at work, but can you help me with XYZ?
Right.
And fellas, honestly, it is still your duty to be able to submit when she's asking for help. Yeah. And understand, because when you look at Ephesians 5:21, it says what? Submit ye one to another as unto God. So it's understanding, because look, if you want some real good nookie, guess what?
He said nookie.
She gonna need some energy to drive it like it's hot, drive it like it's hot. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like we gotta make sure that we're being that help. Go ahead. Any comments?
Pass me the plates.
Any comments?
I see a lot of comments, but
Communication and observation leads to stimulation.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Someone asked, is this biblical?
Yeah. You want me to give you some more scripture?
Is what biblical? The whole conversation, or it is? We just dropped the scriptures earlier.
I don't know if you can roll back up. You can see the scriptures in there.
Someone said, explain what intimacy is for the men.
Ooh, yeah.
So, fellas, intimacy, just as it reads, see into me. So, I want to see into her. Babe, what are you doing? I see everything I like. I was trying to. She's making plates. So, seeing into her. Here's a question. Do you know what your wife's fears are? No, not the, I'm scared of mice and bugs. No. What do you know her fears are? Do you know what excites her? Do you know how her day went? Do you know? You understand? It's like you got to see into her past all of this. You got to see into her soul. That's what intimacy is. When you sit down and just having that conversation, now I'm getting to know you on an intellectual level, on an intellectual level. I'm getting to know you on an emotional level. Like, how did that make you feel? Very concerned, because I want to know when we having these moments here. We like, for us, it's doing our pillow talk time. So we talk about, like literally, how was your day? Oh yeah, the mailman dropped off the package. The blunt, I had a meeting with such. Well, how did the meeting go? How did that meeting make you? Because now I got to be patient to sit here, listen to her go all the way around the world and bring it back. But this is where she understands, oh my goodness, he's actually listening to what I'm saying.
Being concerned.
Showing, thank you, showing a true concern of what I'm saying. So even when it comes like, hey, what was the crazy thing you wanted me to do? Our adventure stuff.
Sky?
Oh, so even she wanted to do skydiving.
Yeah, skydiving.
They said I was too heavy, so I couldn't go. I was ready to go. But what I'm saying is that now I'm getting to know her intimately, and it's dealing with something crazy.
And it's about seeing you too, like seeing me, noticing me, right? Noticing the intimate levels of me and being delicate with that once you understand what that is.
Yes, that's the thing. It's understanding. It's just like
if I go get my lashes done, notice that I got lashes. Some people, that's intimacy.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I did say something about your lashes. Okay. I had to make sure I ain't forget. Because it's like, no, do you notice me?
Right.
Fellas, do you notice your wife? When I walk in the door, like, oh, baby, you looking good in them jeans.
Yeah, he does.
And it's like, oh, these old things. And I'd be like, babe, we need to go get some new jeans. We can buy 5 of them so you can rotate them. But it's like I'm noticing what she loves. And I'm not just, I'm responding to it. I'm not reacting, I'm responding to it. And it's like when we're having those conversations, I just don't forget it then, because now I continue to keep it with me as we continue to move. Why? Because of how she felt, the emotion. So if something else comes up that that it might become a trigger, because come on here now. See, because a lot of times we don't recognize our wife's triggers because we're not intimate enough with them emotionally to understand, oh, okay, I know my wife. I know that's a trigger. So I'm quick to come to a defense because I know it's a trigger. I don't want her to go. I'd rather take on the blunt of her versus her having to deal with them than I got to, you understand what I'm saying? So it's being able to understand, fellas, you want to see into her. Who is your wife on the inside? Everybody, you know how she feel on the inside, but how does she feel on the inside? Do you know how she feel on the inside?
And not just the we know that she's strong, but behind the strong, what is there? And that's just the emotional. And so then you have the physical, right? Let me just hold you. Let's cuddle. It's cuddle season right now.
Hey, it's warm.
Let me just hold you. Let me rub you. Let me just, are you okay? Let me just sit here with you and watch, TV and just hold you right here in my arms. And then there is intellectual. Let's have a conversation outside of football. Let's have a conversation outside of, video games. Let's have a conversation outside of maybe our work. Let's sit down and intellectually talk about, well, what do you think about this today? Read an article together, read a paper together. And sometimes that stimulates you.
Right. Her it's like having that conversation intellectually on her views. Because you're gonna always have a conversation on your views. Think about it. We talk more football, but when I begin to be intimate with her, so now when I begin to be intimate on the intellectual level, we started talking about politics. Next thing I know, I said, oh, you really pay attention to the government. So what did that do? That caused me to start paying attention to the government I'm talking about. Now, I may not know everybody's seat, but it started me to paying attention. So even when did it start? Back when President Obama went in office, that was when I began to understand her intellect to a deeper level. Intellectually, she pays attention to politics.
Right. And
she wants to know what's going on. So I got to know a little bit so I can be able to let her know, because it interests you. I want you to know that I care about you intellectually.
And
So we can sit down and have a conversation about it.
And what's really sexy is talking about legacy, talking about building wealth, talking about what's going to take place and how we're building up something for our legacy, for our generations to come, and the finances around that, and how we're going to build. Where are we going? Like, are we just going to stay stagnant? Where are we going? That's another level. So for me, like, that's my love language. Like, we talk about that.
We talk all the time.
If
I can get her to fall in line with the plan, but it's okay. It's fine to talk about it, but
so we did the emotional, we did the physical, we did the intellectual, and then the experimental.
Yeah.
So you talked about the skydiving, like four-wheeling. Like if y'all go on a trip somewhere, go and do an excursion together, because now you are in a new place.
Right.
You are doing something new together, and it allows you to truly trust each other at a different level. And that is also birthing open another opportunity for intimacy.
Yeah.
And you're able to trust each other more.
Slim, I'm gonna tell you
at a different level.
We went forward, and I was like, babe, why don't you get your own? She was like, no, I want to ride with you. You sure? Okay. Now mine still like dirt, so we had to go through this little mud puddle.
He went through the mud on purpose.
I went through the hall. I had to see how she was gonna react to it. But she was like, you did that on purpose. But she down laughing at it back. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, wow. So then I knew that, okay, she trusts me when it comes down to, certain stuff. And so in that way, you begin to now deepen with intimacy, begin to deepen everything else. Oh my God. It begins to deepen your communication. It begins to deepen your trust with one another. So fellas, I'm telling you, when you are able to see into your wife, oh my God, you talking about open doors? Man, because then you'll really begin to understand her love language. Knowing her love language is one thing, but understanding her love language is something totally different.
Because when you talking to us sideways and talking any kind of way and feeling us, like we really don't want to have to do that. Like anybody can bust a nut, right? But we really want to be able to take a journey together.
Yeah.
And so in order to take that journey together, it's about exploration, and sex is the reward of intimacy.
It's the reward, man.
And so you want to make sure that you explore that and you do that. And so if you do have to, and let me say this, if you do have a spouse that talks harshly to you, that you are going through the motions and you don't want to, like you just don't want to, just because of how they make you feel, right? Well, you're still their wife. And so even with going into sex in that particular space, as long as it's not abuse. Now, I'm not saying abuse at all. But when you go in and y'all start whatever the journey y'all start with, you're praying, God, I thank you for my husband. God, I thank you for who he is. God, I thank you for him just understanding for who he is. And you're speaking those things into existence. And so, God, even as I don't even feel like doing this right now, I'm praying that, God, that you would just shower him with your love. Yeah. God, that you would pierce his heart. God, that you would continue to bless him. God, that you would keep him in good health. God, that he would have the best orgasm of his life. And going through all those different things, praying that God will bless him even in this process. Because as you, the wife, you're still going to sanctify your husband.
Come on now.
And in sanctifying your husband, it's not just praying and laying hands on him.
Right.
It's an entire process that you have to go through.
That's right.
And sometimes that means that we have to die to our flesh because I don't want to, God.
Come on now. Come on. Come on.
And so we have to submit our will and submit our life and submit our hearts unto God to say, Lord, I am bringing this to you. And God, even as I'm doing this, that Lord, you would just overshadow me with your love. That God, you would fill every empty void. Yeah. That God, you would do what you said that you were going to do in your word. That God, you would bless our marriage. That God, you would, whatever that is, that desire is, and you just start speaking the word of God over it.
Yeah.
And over him. And over that journey, over that experience.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And please understand, same thing, fellas, vice versa. You gotta, we got to listen. We got to step up, because when we begin to understand marriage for real, when we begin to understand marriage takeover, guess what? We actually begin to understand literally how much weight is on us. Yeah. So, and we begin to do things different.
Yeah.
And
marriage is for grown folks. Yeah. We're going to be speaking out a thing this weekend. Marriage is for grown folks.
So Check
It ain't for the week.
Where we got posted that, baby?
It's in the Facebook group and on the Facebook page.
Yeah, join our Facebook group. It's on our Facebook page if you like to be where that is. And also, if you have enjoyed this conversation tonight, please join our Facebook group. There it is.
Yes, sir. So we got the lamb chops with some onions, and we got a little bit of roux on top of the rice, and then we got the broccoli.
Woo, show that thing, baby. Presentation. Yes.
So again, make sure that you guys go and get that deep in your intimacy.
Finish what you call
ebook.
Yes.
What, baby?
Finish setting the plates while we goes out. Y'all done. So grab your So hey, if fellas, if you want to understand, So fellas, we literally have an ebook. It's go to our website, products, and grab that How to Deepen Your Intimacy. And it's right there, deepening your intimacy. And I'm telling you, and hey, listen. So remember, y'all still working on that one. Now, those that was here 2 weeks ago, who was here 2 weeks ago? Just give me a me in the chat, because we coming up to that time where I'm gonna ask you: has things changed? Have things grown? Have things been built? So I'm gonna ask you that. So, but also here's another one for you. Next time you and your boo have sex, try to climax together. It's gonna bless you. It's gonna bless you.
Yeah.
So, but hey, please like, subscribe, follow, all that
we
good
have
stuff.
the retreat still available. The tickets for the retreat this Saturday, they go regular price.
Yeah.
Right now it's still early bird. They go regular price on Saturday, and it was something else I was gonna say. I forgot. Dang
the masterclass coming up.
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna say that.
Oh, okay.
I forgot, y'all. Oh, next week we're gonna be in Atlanta. If you're on our email list, you got an email. I sent the email out about 6 o'clock today. I think it was.
We're gonna be in Alpharetta.
Right. So I know y'all gonna be like, Atlanta is not Alpharetta. So we're gonna be in Georgia. How about that? We'll be in Alpharetta. We are gonna do a meetup Wednesday night for dinner. So I sent that email out. It's on in the Facebook group as well. If you want to join us, we gotta eat dinner. So y'all, let's join each other. Now we love y'all. We want to see y'all. But Marriage Takeover is not responsible for the meetup. Does not include dinner. But we want to see y'all. So if you are in Alpharetta, come and join us. The restaurant is in the email that I sent out, and it's also in the Facebook group. So check us out. We want to see you. We love to see you. And it would be a great opportunity just to meet us face to face,
and
right?
see us face to face.
Yeah.
Because during dinner we'll have a slight a little Q&A, just in case you might have some questions. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're looking forward to that next week. So, are we gonna be live? That's right.
Yeah, because next Thursday.
Yeah, so
we might not be live. We might not do kitchen conversations.
We may not have kitchen conversations, but we might jump on for about 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, somewhere around there.
So we might be able to do like 2 questions.
Yeah. How about this? A quick Q&A for next week. You cool with that? All right. Praise the Lord. So, anything else? So, hey, so I'm asking, how did y'all enjoy the conversation? Did you grab something? Were you able to take something away?
In a long time.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, because I know. Did you enjoy it? Any comments, honey?
For me, no.
Oh, I was talking to baby girl. Talk to our moderator.
People have asked, how long have y'all been married?
24 years.
24 years, going on 25.
They said that they loved it. Awesome.
Sweet.
Awesome. I'm glad y'all got some takeaways, man. That's what's up.
It was a blessing. So yeah.
Hey, go try it. Try that. If it happens, just next week, just say, hey, yo, that joint was nice. And I understand what you're talking about. What you got?
I have one more question.
Go ahead.
So what is intimacy for a woman?
It's literally the same thing. So intimacy for a woman is literally the same thing. It's finding what pleases your husband. Like, I know that my husband loves my touch. So in those moments of physical, I know that I can touch him anywhere on his body, whether it be the crown of his head to the broke toe. I know he will.
She ain't touched my toe yet. She's nervous.
Because I'm nervous. I don't want to hurt it. But to the broke toe, I know that it's going to it's pleasing to him. Same thing emotionally. Me seeing him, right? Seeing into his soul, understanding what his desires are, understanding what he wants to do, understanding how he feels. It's really the same thing. And then the experimental is going to be me enjoying the things that he enjoys, like getting on his bike, riding his bike with him, doing something different. Like he enjoys the adventurous side of life. Like the life as I wanted to do skydiving, but outside of skydiving, he does all of the, what do you call it, the rugged, life-changing, life-threatening experiments. And so me being able to step in beyond myself, my fears, and being able to trust him to be able to go on that journey with him. And so it's based on your spouse, right? It's based on,
and the one thing that trips me out, because I love football, for her to take the time, because we can literally sit down right now and have a conversation about football.
Y'all know the game about to come on.
And the game about to come on. So it's like, you know what I mean? So it's literally the same thing for women. It's because it's all intimacy. See into me.
Right.
So it's, honey, I want to see into you. Baby, what you fear? What are you scared of? Because
that's a really good question.
She knows what I'm scared of. I know what she's scared of. And so it's understanding that because of us being intimate. Now, granted, if you don't have a level of intimacy now, you got to continue to stay consistent and intentional to get there, because now you begin to understand the trust. Because by us being intimate, we recognized some years ago that we had a level of trust, but then we broke through that.
A level of untrust.
Yeah, that's right. A level of untrust.
Yeah.
But we broke through that. Like I said, when you're being intimate with each other,
right,
it began to pull some stuff off, and it's okay, because guess what? For you to be in your authentic self, it's going to require for you to be intimate with your spouse.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to lay naked before your spouse, not physically but emotionally.
So I got a task for you. We do it all the time. So when y'all both go to the bathroom, you know how we just walk around naked in our room. So because understand. It's like, if you cannot see me naked, because you're able to see all my scars, my baby can see all my scars, all my rolls, everything that that I put on my tights to still show my muscles so it don't show my fat. But if I can be naked and not ashamed, because understand, when God created you and your husband, you both were naked. When God created you and your wife, you both were naked and not ashamed.
Yeah.
Why you wait to get married to be ashamed?
Yeah.
You know what? Listen, stop being ashamed. Have sex with the lights on. Keep the lights, see what's going on. There you go.
And the most important thing is make sure that you enjoy your journey together.
Yeah.
Whatever that is for the both of you, make sure that you enjoy it together. Don't allow a medical challenge to bring up an insecurity or anything inside of your life, inside of your mind, inside of your mental state to prevent you from enjoying your spouse.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Try things new. Have the conversation. You get to create your own sex blueprint for your marriage.
Right.
So have the conversation and write out your blueprint.
Write it out. Fellas, keep it locked in now. Ladies, keep it locked in. John, just in case you need to go back to the book. Okay, all right, I remember.
All right, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for riding with us tonight. Hey, we had a ball, man.
I know, this is great. Tonight was really good.
Yeah, so, hey, listen, if you would like for us to have if you have a topic for us to talk about, do a kitchen conference. Yeah, send it to us. Join our Facebook group. Send it to us, and we'll just go, hey, talk about this or whatnot. Yes. Send us an email, info@marriagetakeover.com. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you guys next. Yeah, we're gonna get on live, but we won't be in the kitchen. We will not be in the kitchen,
and we won't be able to stay long. But we are still gonna show up for you.
Yeah, we're gonna show up. All right, we're gonna sit down, laugh, and talk and giggle.
Appreciate you guys so much.
Love you all, man. Y'all have a blessed one.